up, everybody? It's Aaron here with Get Your Geek On. I'm here with Adam from N&A Vlogs, and this is Talking Geek Season 5. I lost count already, guys, because Robert's not here to help me keep count. I don't know. So, as you've been watching these last few weeks, Robert is out for having a baby, and he's taking care of his newborn. So, this week we have Adam on. You've heard him talk about his channel in the last couple of videos. Make sure you go check out his channel in the links below. And on Talking Geek, we talk everything geeky related in the news. And today we're going to kind of just talk about some subjects and then just talk about some geek stuff in general and go from there. So we had our WandaVision review, me and Adam, we talked about it. And next month on March 19th is Falcon and Winter Soldier. Are you excited to see that one?
Yeah. I definitely am. I think we mentioned on the other show, but my daughter's a huge Winter Soldier fan. But those two characters together, it's going to be crazy. And I think it's going to be really, really cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that one, dude. I am like stoked. They have a new trailer, which is kind of just a quick teaser trailer more than anything. And then we had the one at the Super Bowl where it's like they had a staring contest at the end of it as like the fun little joke of it all. This one has the hard R rating, I think, for it. So I know Baron Zemo is going to be in it from Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Captain America Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Marvel's going to be like give us any other big surprises in this series? Or you think it's going to be pretty much?
I think they have to. Honestly, so? I really do. I think it's going to be a lot of little Easter eggs that are going to be coming out. Maybe not little Easter eggs; it could be big Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to go in a little bit more full force. I think than maybe even than they have with WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely on the action side, because I think the whole series, the way it looks from what I've seen, it's going to be like an actual Marvel movie almost every single episode.
That's what
it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that Cap's gone, we have Sam kind of taking the mantle over of Captain America. I know we have US Agent coming out. We have obviously we have Baron Zemo, we have Winter Soldier, we have Falcon, Agent 13, Sharon from the movies is coming out, I've heard. Do you think we'll get more Nick Fury? Like, I want to know what you think. Or do you think Nick's not even going to be in this? Or Maria even? Like, that's who I want to know. Like, where's
that?
Shield?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and that's another question. Well, and with some of the scenes that we've seen in the trailer,
yeah,
there could be a potential for Fury to come out because of the way the action is. So I think, yes, I think that'll be one of the, because it's Samuel L. Jackson, I'm sure there's going to be nothing mentioned about it until he's there. And it's going to be one of those, oh, dang type things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see who they're going to bring out. Like, I would love to see if somehow Jimmy gets involved, like Jimmy Chow from WandaVision, from Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'd love to see that crossover.
That would be cool.
And we got to see another magic trick because, now he knows magic. The little card trick. He's out. I'm Jimmy. Here's my card. And then just be like, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, sidebar, I saw an interview with him about that magic trick and he had to learn it. Like, he legit had to learn it. He's like, there's no CGI. That's me. I had to learn it.
It
was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I love how they tied that to Ant-Man because, like, he was Ant-Man Wasp. He's like trying to learn like magic, and then by this movie, he's already learned it. It's just like,
he's already got it. Yeah,
I loved it, man. So I'm excited for that trailer. We got that one. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out it's like I said, it's a little teaser trailer. I prefer, honestly, the one from the Super Bowl. It was a lot longer, and I think we got a little more meat from that one.
I agree.
Now, I know another big topic that's come out, and I'm almost tired of talking about it. Kind of like I'm tired of talking about the Snyder cut. I'm tired of Snyder. I want this damn Justice League to come out and be done with. But Gina Carano. You said you saw a video today that she's kind of giving her side of the story now, I guess, of what's happening. What have you heard on it? Because a
little bit. No, it's all good. She had an interview with the Daily Wire. They do like Ben Shapiro does a weekly talk show type thing. Mm-hmm. And he actually interviewed her. It was a good 30-minute interview, kind of getting her side of what was going on behind the scenes with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And also because of all the backlash she got. One thing I found interesting on it is that the people that were kind of coming after her, what she was saying, y'all can go watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that she was talking about was that some of the people that were coming after her and coming at her, I should say, that were these executives between Lucasfilm and directly Lucasfilm, having them talk a lot of stuff, to say it like that. And she would literally invite them, hey, you know what, let's get together. Because at one point they wanted her to sit down with 40 people on Zoom to explain or apologize, I should say, to apologize for what she did. And she was like, you know what, I really don't want to get on Zoom with 40 people. I would rather sit down with them, take them to dinner or whatever I need to do, and look them in the eye as a person, as a human being, and we can talk. But apparently they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to sit down and talk to her or get her side. Yeah. So that was just one of the things. Of course, the interview's up. I don't know if it's on Daily Wire or Ben Shapiro's show, one of the two, but it's like a 30-minute interview. It was interesting. It really was, because just to hear her side of it and how she was kind of being beaten down. Of course, there's two sides to every story. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But how she was getting beat down by the Lucasfilm. Yeah. Executives. I had to think about it. Wait. Yeah. Where am I at? Anyway. what well, yeah, I'm thinking Marvel, but at the same time because of the Winter Soldier. Anyway. Yeah. But so and then we're switching to Star Wars. But yeah, so she was getting beaten down, but and then just the controversy with the tweets and all that good stuff. Not good stuff, but the stuff that came out of that. And so it was just her point of view, basically. And they were just trying to give her a platform to explain why she was tweeting what she was tweeting and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I've been a Carano fan back in the MMA days. Yeah. And you know, there would be no Ronda Rousey or Amanda Nunes if it wasn't for Gina Carano. Oh yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't have happened. So if you don't follow MMA, you can go look at the history of MMA, but I know you do a little bit too. So
well, I think she has like a 7-1 record, right? Or she was 7-0 or something like that.
Yeah. And that's just MMA. Yeah. A lot of people don't realize she was a Muay Thai champion also.
Oh shoot. I didn't know that.
She's done jiu-jitsu, she's done Muay Thai. That's just MMA. Yeah. So, and she can fight legit. But yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty good interview. Like I said, I mean, it kind of gives both sides, or her side, and then you can go and get the other side if you want. Yeah. I think it's, you know, with the whole character thing, I know you've talked about on your show already. Yeah. I hope they don't put somebody else in that role. I hope they figure out a way to maybe bring in another character, since they're not going to bring her back apparently, unless something happens and there's some miracle and they do bring her back. I don't know. But I don't think they should recast it myself. I think that just, you know, she went away on a space freighter or something. I don't know.
the ship blew up. She didn't make it out.
Something. But yeah. But it was a pretty good interview.
I have to check that one out. I mean, I'm kind of at the point where I'm just done talking about it, because it's like, it feels like the Zack Snyder thing. Like we talk about it, and it's
over. Yeah, I know.
Yes, like I'm waiting for more Snyder news to come out that we have to talk about, which I'm avoiding some of it because I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we won't talk about it right now.
We won't. But Jared Leto. I don't want him to be in it, because I hated the Joker, and he's gonna be in it more probably.
Yep.
And I'm like, no.
From what I saw, it's gonna be a lot more.
Exactly. So the other thing it's rumored, and I just want to touch on it because I know it's kind of like people are on the fence with her too. Jennifer Lawrence being casted possibly as Sue Storm. It's a huge rumor, probably not true because nothing's been confirmed. Do you think that would be a good casting choice for Sue Storm, or do you have anyone in mind too that you'd be like, she'd be perfect as Sue?
No, honestly, I don't. I don't. I think that would be a good role, but I just hope, you know, with that genre, or that movie, I should say, I hope they do it better. You know what I mean? And there's better writers, better scripting, you know, everything's got to be better than what was done before. So I think that she would be a good fit for it. Mm-hmm. But then the question is, you know, and don't get me wrong, I love Jennifer Lawrence, don't get me wrong. But is it too much Jennifer Lawrence in all these different movies like that? You know what
that's true. Yeah, because that was the last one. I see, and that's the whole thing, like, because now she's part of this universe and all that. It's like, I don't know how I feel. Like, I think Robert said it offline to me. We talked real quick. She did kind of check out in the X-Men films. You kind of see where it went from good acting to like crap acting.
Right.
So it's like, will you be back to good acting, or you just checked out from Marvel films in general that you just don't care?
Yeah, like is it a paycheck? Is it just a paycheck?
Like, see, that's kind of how I feel sometimes about Daniel Craig, because it's like when I watch him in, you know, the James Bond films, he's commented, I don't want to do anymore.
Yeah.
Here's $70 million. Okay, I'll do another one.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
which I would do. but I don't have the abs to be Bond. I'm just saying.
Or the accent.
That too.
So like, I don't know. I kind of hope it, because it's like she could be a good Sue Storm, but then I'm like you, and I'm like, I go through my bank like, okay, who could be a good Sue Storm? I'm like, well, you're too old. I don't think you could do it. Like, I don't know who else I could see.
It's one of those things where it's like, at least for me, and I'm on the way outside here, but
yeah,
you know, it's like you've seen Jennifer Lawrence in so many different movies, you know, which is a good thing for her career. It's freaking great. But it's like, with that character, do you bring in somebody new and chance it and hope that it's great, you know, or do you go with, let's go with the cookie cutter, you know, actress that we want to throw in there, actress, actor, whoever.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those questions that, you know, it's there, which if it is her, I hope she does great.
Exactly. I mean, and that's kind of the thing. Like, there's never been, like, we gave crap to Chris Pratt as Star-Lord when he was coming out. It's like, oh, the guy from The Office, really? But he toned up. He got good look. Like, not that he was ugly, but it's like he got muscular, like he needed to be. He bulked up. And it's like, okay, well, he did good. And then he got Paul Rudd, who wasn't really out of the range of, like, for that character. Same with Iron Man, with Robert Downey, Chris Evans. I don't think
there couldn't have been another Iron Man, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like they're ever gonna almost go for like an underdog actor or actress. Like, no, I think we're gonna go for one that has like all this credential behind them and that they really are good. So I think, like, movie role wise, like, she has the chops for it. Like, she's done
absolutely.
a lot. So it's like, I don't know anyone else. Like, I want to say grab a new person, but I don't think Marvel's gonna really want to take a chance out of a big character like that and say, oh, well, let's just see what she can do. No, I think it's like, we need to know your history. You need to have 10, 15 movies under your belt, kind of thing, or whatever.
I don't know. Especially if they want to improve on the franchise.
Exactly.
You know, that's I see what you're saying. And you're probably right. You know, they want to improve on it, which they have to.
I mean,
and I can't think of another one.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba was
like, there's a low bar for her and she jumped over that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the girl from the other one that they did. I don't even remember that one. I tried to forget that movie completely.
I never saw it. Honestly, I heard the reviews and how bad it was. I never even sat there to watch it.
I watched it and I hated myself after watching it. See, I was like, how do I get this time back?
And I don't think Jessica Alba did bad, honestly. But you can't bring her back though. That's the thing.
No, not at all. Like, I don't know. I couldn't see it. But sticking with casting news, like, so the Flash movie coming out. We have a Flash film coming out later. I don't know when DC's going to get that one coming out. But they actually casted the new Supergirl for that one, Sasha Calle. I butchered her name. Who's now catching some heat because people aren't happy that she got casted as Supergirl. I think what it is mainly because it's not a typical casting. It's not a white girl with blonde hair or white girl with a blonde wig on. She's Colombian, I think we said, or Latina, something like that.
Yeah, so, she's from Colombia. Or she's born here in the States, but she's Colombian descent.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, we kind of went away from it. And I don't care what you look like as long as you can play the role. I don't care if you're blonde hair, blue eyed, whatever. I know that's like the cookie cutter, but that was also 60 years ago, cookie cutter cutout. I don't care. But I love how people are getting upset with it now. It's like, who cares? Just be a good actress.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't seen the backlash that you've seen or that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Myself. But I agree with you. If you can do the job, and you know what, in this day and age, everything's about change.
Yeah.
You know, and who cares? You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter. If everybody talks about being inclusive, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Being beat to death. You know, why does it matter if she's Colombian descent to be Supergirl? Why can't that happen?
Exactly. Who cares? I mean, again, she's not from here anyway. She's from another planet. So
exactly.
We don't know what they all look like. Maybe she was on the other side of the planet or something. Wow. I don't know. It's funny.
But I think I and I understand where people would freak out a little bit because it's not true, quote unquote, true to the character, I guess. And that's where they might be coming from. I don't know.
I mean, and that's true, I guess. I mean, and that's really all you can say, though. It's like, well, yeah, she's not true to the character, but that character was written 50 years ago.
50 years ago. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know. So that kind of like covers a lot of it. Like there was a lot and there was not. And this is what happened last week, and I said the same thing. So like I want to ask you something because you like Star Wars, I think, more than I do.
Yeah.
I think. You've seen it more. I think you hinted towards it on WandaVision when we talked about it. You're not a big fan of the sequels, I guess, right?
Right.
What do you think if they keep going? Like now they have all these other like projects coming out. Are you looking forward to any of them?
I think if they keep this, if Jon Favreau stays around and keeps doing his thing,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. And the crazy thing with him is that he's not only in that universe, but he's also in the Marvel universe. He's in both.
Yes.
I think if Disney, Lucasfilm, Marvel ever lose him, it's not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
But I'm a Favreau fan going back to when he was in Rudy, honestly. So, but I'm a little biased there.
Rudy.
But
I don't remember Rudy.
Oh, you don't remember Rudy?
I remember him in Friends.
Yeah, he was in Rudy. He played his friend, Rudy Rudiger's friend, in the movie. That's where I first saw him. Yeah, man, it goes way back. Anyway, but I think if he stays around, and then Kevin Feige, of course, for Marvel, I think they're going to be good. But for Star Wars itself, sorry, got off track. I think it could be good as long as they keep that the way it is now, and they don't try and tweak it to something it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think there's also room for them to grow. I heard, and I don't know, you may know more than I do, that they were going to try and do some more movie series. And they're trying to forget about the last 3 that just came out.
See, I don't know. Heard too, and I don't know, because I know they're trying to do. Well, like Gina's gone, but she was supposed to be part of that other show. So like, is that show canned now? Like, because she was supposed to be a part of that.
From what I saw, Favreau was walking away from it. But I'll have to go back and research it and let you know. But I saw a few things on YouTube and through I think it was Deadline, one of the two.
Yeah.
That was talking about that he was looking to get out of those shows because he wrote that part for her directly. So everything he was doing after was for her.
Yeah.
So including the new ones that were coming out. Exactly. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with that, and then with the other ones that are going to be coming out, because they got so much potential for all these other characters. It's kind of like, where does it go? Exactly. And it's a moneymaker, and how much is George Lucas going to be involved with everything?
And that's true. And that's kind of like where I look at too. Cause like, what was it? The prequel or the original series, the original trilogy, Lucas only did the first one, right? Originally, I think, or cause like the one that did really well, he technically didn't have a part in it. Right. I think it was the second one or something like that.
Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's considered the better one of them. And it's like, he had no involvement. So I don't want George Lucas involved in this. And like, I don't know if you've seen, or I told you, I'm not a fan of Skywalker stuff. I'm done with that. Like, I don't want to hear. I agree. 9 movies of it. I don't care anymore.
I agree. I'll be honest with you. I was never a fan of it either. I think I was always a fan of the other characters. Mm-hmm. Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia. That's what I was a fan of. I didn't like even that's one of the reasons with the new movies, they focus so much on Skywalker. I was like, what about everybody else in the universe?
There's like a whole universe.
They're busting their butts to do all this stuff, and you're focused on the dude that's gonna disappear in a minute.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
That's where I'm at, and that's why like Mandalorian kind of got me back into Star Wars, because there's no Skywalker. Even like the last episode, I was like, well, I knew it was gonna tie to Luke, but I don't want you to come back around. Like, I'm done with you, Luke. Like, you got your little 30 seconds in the show, now go away. Like, I'm excited for Ahsoka, but then I'm afraid Ahsoka's going to tie to Skywalker somehow, because, Anakin trained her. So it's like,
yeah, it will.
Are you going to see Luke and be like, oh, Anakin or something? And it's like, I don't care.
See, I think on that, it's going to depend also. Are they going to continue where Mandalorian and go forward? Or are they going to do a bunch of flashbacks like they always do? What I mean? And I'm praying they don't do flashbacks. I'm like, take it from Mandalorian where she's at now. Yeah. Move forward. Don't go backwards. Exactly. Because they have a tendency of doing that all the time. Like even with the new movies. And one of the things that kind of after a while got to me was that they kept doing all these stupid things going backwards, which is cool for a minute. Don't get me wrong. One movie, okay, cool. Do your flashbacks to Obi-Wan. Do your flashbacks to, figure out why R2 doesn't remember anybody, whatever.
Yeah.
But after that, like, come on, move it forward. Quit going backwards.
Exactly. And I want that one because I love Rosario Dawson. She's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, come on, I need to have more of her in it. I was really hoping we were going to see her like at the end of Mandalorian, like just give me something. But
yeah, I was surprised how quickly they got her in and out. Of the Mandalorian.
Exactly. I'm like, why are we're not going to touch on her again? No.
Well, especially after all the hype. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, she's gonna have her own show. That's great. But there
Yeah.
was so much hype around it before she came out. And then it was just kind of like, hey, I'm here. Okay, I'm gone.
Exactly. And I get, like Robert said, she's doing her own thing and it's not tying towards him at all. So I guess that makes sense. But
That's true. That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't either.
Robert knows a lot more about the back ends of Star Wars. Again, this is where I fall into my casual fan type thing, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I got that poster right there. I've had that thing for years. Forgot I had it, and boom! I said, "Hey, look on the wall." Just for
there you go.
Just kidding. It sits there anyway. But you can't see my gangster posters of Goodfellas and Godfather. Anyway, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting where it goes. You know what I mean? And I think this new model with the streaming, that's the only thing. And although Disney lost a lot of people when Carano was cut, I mean, they lost a lot of people from their subscription ship, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
subscribers.
The thing.
Yeah, that thing. I think they're going to continue with this model and be able to build on what they already have with Star Wars. I think
that's true. And that's true. I think they will. I think you're right. I think they're gonna continue on. It's gonna be big still. I really do. I hope they finally like build the universe out. You know, we had 9 movies about the same 10 people roughly for the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years, whatever. Plus, right. It's like, okay, I'm done with that. Like, what's happening with Ahsoka? What's happening with Mandalorian? What's happening on the other side of the universe? Like, is there other Jedi around? Is there other Sith? Like, we know this Sith part of the Sith, but how do we know there's not other Sith Lords on the other side of the universe that they just don't know about? Like, that's the stuff, I want to know about.
And that's even like Solo. You know, some people hated the Solo movie. I liked it.
And see, I love that one.
It got away from all that madness. You know what I mean? And it showed, you know, like those things going backwards to the Kelso, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The run, you know, that thing.
Yeah.
But doing it, you know, it showed that. So that was stuff that was, you know, back in the day that nobody ever knew about, but then you actually get to see it. That was cool. I liked it. And the casting was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And Rogue One too, same thing. I like that too.
See, Rogue One I'm not as much of a fan of, but I love Han. And everyone's like, why do you like, you know, I'm the opposite because there are a lot of hardcore fans like, oh, I hate Han, love Rogue. But I'm like, I'm so opposite. I love Han and kind of don't care for Rogue, but I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But again, but they're both away from Skywalker, so I like them more than those because it's like, I'm not talking about Luke, I'm not talking about Anakin or anyone else. It's like, cool, we're done.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just like, just give me more.
Everybody else, we'll see where it goes.
Exactly. And I know, like you say, you're a casual fan. I know we talked about it. You watch Marvel with your daughter.
Oh yeah.
Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness might tie into WandaVision and all these like dimension things. Is there anything you want to see come out in Marvel these next like year or two in this next phase? Are you going to be happy to see X-Men finally cross over? Or are you kind of like, yeah, whatever happens, happens?
I think it would be cool if they do it right. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to stress, in my opinion, because with the whole phase 4 thing coming out and they're going to have new movies, they're going to have new stuff come out, you know, I'm still down to go watch whatever. As long as it's good, you know, and it doesn't, and it makes sense, I'm good with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a good movie to entertain me for 2.5, 3 hours, whatever it is. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? And, you know, and I know enough of Marvel to be dangerous. So, so it's cool, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I'm excited. Like, I want to see how they're going to connect X-Men. I want to see how Fantastic Four is going to come out. And I want my Doctor Doom and I want Silver Surfer done right. Both
Silver Surfer would be, I agree with that one. That one would be good.
I want a proper Galactus. That's what I want. Not the cloud we got from the second Fantastic Four film, which is just a dust cloud. Yeah. I'm like, no, I want legit, like, big purple monster about to eat Earth come out and be like,
see,
there we go.
One of the things I think would be really cool back in the day, and this is going to date me just a little bit, but back in the day, they had Spider-Man and Friends. And it was like Spider-Man, Iceman, and I forgot the girl's name.
Firestorm, I think.
Firestorm. If they could do a movie on that, I think that would be dope.
That'd be interesting.
I think that
I would be okay with that. And see, like the new thing with the Spider-Man film, I heard rumors that Willem Dafoe was on set. And as the Green Goblin. Yeah, supposedly he's coming back as the Green Goblin. And that's supposedly.
How would they do that?
So supposedly it's supposed to be the Spider-Verse kind of film in this
Gotcha.
Spider-Man movie. So he's from the other universe. I don't know.
Well, no, you actually just tapped on something I meant to ask you when
What's
we
that?
talked a while back. So with that, with the Spider-Verse, and then you're talking about the multiverse.
Yes.
Do you see those kind of coming together? Or no?
And that's something I've talked about with Robert too. Like, so I think WandaVision, the next Spider-Man, and the Doctor Strange are all going to tie in with interdimensions and stuff like that in different universes. And one working theory is that this is it for Tom Holland, that he is done, because what they're going to do is they're going to pluck him from our universe and keep him in just Sony. Since Sony owns him, this is going to be their like the sign off for him, and that he'll go into the Sony movies and he'll never be in a Marvel movie again. And that's how it's all going to tie together. And that's why there's all these different universes now. So that way they could just send them off, which I'm not happy with, because supposedly this is the last, they're doing like film by film now for Spider-Man, because Sony wants more money essentially than what they're doing. And they want to put in less money to fund it. Originally, I think the contract was Sony put in like 90% and Marvel put in 10%. So that's how they divided the funds up. And so the revenue, I should say. And now I think it's like 60-40 or something like that. And because it was supposed to be like Marvel's like, let's go half, like let's go 50-50. And Sony was like, no, we don't want that. So that's why it was about to get canceled and they were done until Tom Holland and everybody finally talked. I think it's like 60-40 or 70-30 or something. But Sony doesn't want to give up the rights. They don't want to give up any more revenue.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't blame them, because like that's your biggest guy you can have. But it's like, you've also have a bad track record of making these movies without Marvel's help. Like you only made a crap ton of money off Homecoming and Far From Home because Marvel helped you. So it's like, are you really gonna try to make your own movie again in hopes that like you don't pull an Andrew Garfield and screw up everything? Like, don't get me wrong, I love Andrew Garfield, but those films were garbage. Essentially, the second one's really garbage. I love the first one because I love Andrew Garfield. But the second one, I feel like him and Emma Stone just, you know what? Emma Stone could be Supergirl. Now that I say her name, I think she could do it.
Yeah, she could pull it off.
Random plug back to the original. That was story.
Right. We just full circle.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Emma Stone. But like Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield in the second film of Spider-Man was just garbage acting. I felt like they just phoned it in and was like, okay, we don't want to be here. And I'm afraid that would be what happens if Sony takes control again. Like I don't know. But that's the working theory, is that they're gonna. Supposedly that's how we're getting rid of Spider-Man, and supposedly Miles Morales is going to come out and we'll have Miles Morales in our Marvel universe. But that's one thing I don't know. I don't know what Sony owns the rights to when it comes to the Spider-Man character. Do you own everything and anything Spider-Man? So like Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, etc., or do you just own Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and that's it? So like that's where the contract, who knows?
That's like complication that just blew my mind that I can't think about.
And that's the thing I think about, because I'm like,
that's a lot, bro.
Yeah, like it's too much. That's why I'm like, that's too complicated now. So I hope what's going to happen is they'll all tie together, and maybe we'll see a little bit less Spider-Man, but not because Sony takes it over. I think it's just going to be that they're going to have to go movie by movie. Like, how are we going to handle him?
And that's a big thing though with the contracts, and you're right, because that would kill anything doing like a multiverse type thing, but like you said, it gives them an out. Yeah, because they can do something like that, and then all of a sudden you got one over here, one over there. It's a different universe, doesn't matter.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's what they did with Quicksilver. You had Quicksilver in Avengers, and then you had Quicksilver in X-Men, and it was two different characters, but I don't know.
And then WandaVision.
WandaVision. Oh my God. Robert had that song stuck in my head for like a week and a half. I was so mad. I was like, I can't get this out of my head.
Nice.
So, well, on that note, guys, I think we'll go ahead and end it here. We kind of rambled on about Star Wars and some news today. Sorry. Nah, I wanted your opinion because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm very casual on it. So it's like, I don't
go as deep as Robert does. I don't go as deep as him, but I know enough. I've watched it all my life. You know what I mean? And that's another thing my daughter and I connect on too, is Star Wars. So I've seen everything, whatever, except I didn't really watch the Clone Wars, the cartoon series.
Yeah.
But anything else, it's kind of like the movies. I'm good.
Exactly. We all got to go catch some movies one day, like go watch the Marvel movies together or something.
That'd be dope.
So go check out Adam's videos in his YouTube channel down below, N&A Vlogs, the San Antonio Project. Go check out All or Nothing. Go check out Wolfbane 1, Wolfbane 2, and that his links are down below for John Guetta Productions. Go check all of that out. And of course, guys, always get your geek on, stay geeky, and well, I reversed that, so get your geek on though, and have a good one.